we're gonna get out of here because I've been in here like 2 hours. Good morning. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tanya, and I live in Zone 6B, and it's kind of cool this morning, but the garden is coming along really well. So, welcome back to the channel, and we're gonna run over here to the garden. How everything's looking. Today is April the 25th, as a matter of fact. So we've been putting stuff out since last week, and stuff has been growing, as you can see. We're going to get more in depth with that in a minute. I'm going to give y'all a glance of the greenhouse on the inside. Okay, so everything looks good. I'm not going to do any watering yet because we have a lot of stuff we have to do. Oops, dropped my bags. Okay, I'm not going to do any watering because it's a really damp day. And we'll handle all that when we come back. Yeah, so everything looks good. Everything looks good. So that's gonna be giving away free dirt for your gardens today. So I'm gonna go over there right now and get a couple bags of free dirt. So that'll help me out. So all I have to do is amend it because I am running low on dirt, and it becomes costly to fill up flower pots and these raised beds. So I'm gonna get some of this free dirt, and all I'll have to do then is just add in my compost and different amendments that I amend into the dirt. So let's go. Okay, so unfortunately I was unable to get the dirt, okay, because the weather is inclement today. It's going to be raining heavily off and on, and the facility that gives out the free dirt was closed. On the sign they said they will not be opening when the weather is inclement. So that's a bit of a bummer. So what we're going to do is, since we're up, we got on our gardening clothes, ready to get dirty and, play in some dirt or whatever. I figured I'd finish up at Nolts and do another video at a local Mennonite gardening center out near where I live. So without further ado, let's go in here and make the best of this day. We done got up all extra early and did all this stuff. So we're going to go in here and see what other stuff they have, okay? All right, make the best of it. Okay, so when we arrived at Nolts, when I arrived at Nolts, I noticed it was really crowded. For it to be such a rainy and nasty day, a lot of people was out, but I guess this is the time to really get out and get some planting going on and get your plants and things to that nature. Look at all them cars in the parking lot. That was like crazy. But yeah, so this is a really popular spot in the area where I live. Um, They have everything you need for your home, your garden, your homestead, whatever it is that you're trying to do, other than having chickens on this in this facility, and they probably have a hookup whereas too they know where you could go buy some chickens. They could tell you that. But this place has everything you need for your home and garden, okay? Now look how long those hallways are, and we haven't even went through the outdoor garden, which is what I'm showing you right here. That's, showing you all the bushes and things to that nature. Look at that. You got 3 different zones. So the last time I think we went in the other zone on the side. So let's go in through this middle zone, and we'll save the other zone for, I don't know, I guess another part to this video. But yeah, immediately, as soon as I came in, immediately I noticed all the tables were packed to capacity. Everything is locally grown by, the Mennonites that, in that area. And they are phenomenal with, growing stuff. Okay, look at that. Now, these are some bonfire plants. Now, I have a bonfire in my home, in my backyard now, and it's on year 2, but they are really, really beautiful. And I had to get this to be a part of my home collection. But they are very beautiful flowers, and it look like it's a little bonfire. So that's cool. And here we are at the ornamental grass. Now, I always loved this grass right here, but I don't have luck with it. I bought a couple plumes of it year 1 of back in 2022 when we first bought the house, and they didn't live. Now, maybe it was something I did wrong. That the soil wasn't good, but they are so pretty. They're like a greenish blue, and they're really beautiful, but mine died. So I can't understand what the hell. But I've been having my eyes on these now. These are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and I really love this one. With the little plume that comes up from the top. Now, these ones don't have it. That little stick right there. That's what I pretty much like about these. I don't know what you call it, but this is a Japanese sage. This is really, really pretty. I could see this on the front of my house. Like, this will make a nice border for your other plants and around your home and things to that nature. It's just a really nice staple piece to put in your borders along your home, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, so here we are looking at some strawberries. Now, mine came back from last year, but I'm thinking about I might buy some June bearing. I'm not sure yet, but I might buy some June bearing because I have everbearing, and everbearing is the ones that produce strawberries all year round. June bearing is the June ones. It pretty much says what it does. June bearing. They have one big massive boom of fruit in the month of June, and after that, it don't bloom no more strawberries until the next June. Okay, hence the name June bearing. Okay, so yeah. So it depends on which one you prefer. I at one time preferred to have strawberries all year long, but the way how I'm preserving stuff now, I think I might just want to have all my strawberries in 1 month and be done with harvesting strawberries, and that'll be in the month of June. So that's why I'm thinking I might pick up a June bearing. And here we are in all the magnificence. We're not going to go near any more of the food. we're going to just stick to the flowers, okay, because we need flowers and Mother's Day is coming up. So all these petunias are so beautiful. I love the exotic petunias, and these bubblegum colored ones are always a champion, okay? But yeah, so I always enjoy looking at all these flowers that Nolts have. So I feel like I'm rambling on, so I'm gonna play a little bit of music and let you guys enjoy some of the flowers, and I'll be back and I'll jump in a couple seconds because it's a particular plant I want to talk about a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna play a little music and I'll be back. Okay, so this was the area I wanted to talk about a little bit. The prime time, they're really pretty and all. And don't get me wrong, if this is what you into, this is what you into. All those different color plants together, that's really nice. But here's the thing, and they're really pretty. But I'm not that crazy about them, but they are really, really nice. But again, like I said, girl, do you. If that's what you into, then that's what you into. Now, I do like certain mixed plants, but I just like to be more in control of the color, okay? That's my whole thing. I think I like to be just in control of the color. But these are very, very beautiful. And like I said, that Mother's Day is coming up. They $16.99. You get four for, how much was it? I think it was like, $67 to get you 4 of these plants. So yeah, you know, if your mom doesn't mind all the different colors and things to that nature, that's fine. But that's what the prime time is. But now here is another prime time. Now this is nice too, but the colors are a little more calmer, but you do have the purple and the yellow and things to that nature, and they're really pretty. Like I said, they're really pretty, but I like to be more in control of certain colors like yellow and purple and things to that nature. I'm not a fan of that, but this right here, now I don't mind this mix because you get a nice mix of texture and tones that are like earth tones, and you get that little pop of red. It's not a whole bunch of, you know, like calling the clowns. She ain't calling the clowns, but she is really nice. And it's, look, just wing it. I love that, a begonia mix. Just wing it. I love this plant, and it's $34.99, and it requires full sun. That's what that little yellow dot means. So she would be beautiful. Look, I hope my husband and my sons get me a couple of these for Mother's Day, okay? She is absolutely gorgeous, okay? And there's a couple of them. So I don't mind a mixture like this, but like the other prime time with all those different flowers and colors, I'm not a big fan of those. But, you know, by any means, if you love them, girl, then do you, okay? But here, they have lots of little different ground covers and things to that nature. But I just had to speak on that begonia mix. She is all the way live, okay? And these are some pretty colors. Like, see this purple? I would love to just go with just that purple. But when you have it in a whole basket mix like that, of purple and yellow and orange, to me that's just not my style. But they are really, really beautiful, especially if you're into that type of mix. The Belia, whatever. Yeah, see, I love that purple. But yeah, I could deal with just that purple, but I'm kind of funny when it comes down to putting certain colors with certain colors, okay? But a lot of people won't mind it. So here, that's what these is all about up here, these little baskets and things to that nature. And yeah. Now this is another one I absolutely like too. This one right here, the Heartbreaker. Now, it's crazy how I don't like the ones with a whole lot of different colors, those flowers and things to that nature. I think I like more texture. So I could deal with a basket like this of a mixture, because you have different, exotic colors and texture. And I think I'm learning something about myself. I like texture and color, but I like a pop of a color. I don't like a whole bunch of different colors all over the place. Now, these right here, you gotta get your eyes focused for these, honey. You have to really get your eyes focused, okay? These are so beautiful, and they have such a beautiful, nice foliage on them. So we're going to take our time and go through these right here, honey. We're going to take our time, okay? So this particular area is where we spent a lot of time in. Was these geraniums. These are really pretty. Now, they $5.23, or you get 6 for $31, okay? Now, that's what the basket will look like when it's in its full glory, okay? Now, that's what she gonna look like. But now, check out what she looks like now as a baby. Oh, my goodness. I always loved this nice little lily pad, like, color, like foliage it has. I do like the flower, don't get me wrong, but the foliage was always what I was just a crazy about. I was always just a nut over this foliage, okay? But it looked like a heart, and it feels like leather, believe it or not. The foliage is nice and strong, okay? When you feel it, it feels like fabric, almost. And these right here, they're pretty too, okay? So I realize I'm just a sucker for foliage, okay? But these will make a nice, staple in your front lawn, or, even in your garden. They attract a lot of butterflies and a lot of ladybugs, and those are beneficial for your garden. Now, if she's too subtle and you want to be a little more louder in your garden, well, here's some louder foliage for you. And she's absolutely gorgeous too. This is like the big sister. Now, if the little sister wasn't giving it all, come over here to the big sister. Her foliage is really nice and is much lighter, but you still get the same nice red bloom, okay? But the different color foliage. And that's what she'll look like in her full glory. Now, see how those stems are getting really tall? Yeah, see, that's what she's going to have real tall, long stems. I'm not crazy about that. Yeah, she's going to get really tall. The stems on her are going to buckle over and be much higher than the basket. And again, if that's what you like, then do you, girl. But here's the thing. I like mine to stay more like together, with, her foliage and what's going on. But she sprouts up like, fireworks. So, again, she's bringing the drama. You know what I mean? So if that's what you into, then, you got the little sister and you got the big sister. Now, if they are not enough for you, then, you could go ahead on over here to the next one, to the auntie. Look at the auntie. She got it going on. You still get that same beauty. Now, I like auntie, because she giving you the work, okay? She got this pretty green and yellow and burgundy like foliage, and with the red, the red plume, she is just giving it. Okay, so I said, okay, well, I think I might like auntie. You know what I'm saying? She is giving it. She bringing extra drama. She giving you a little yellow, and she stay low. She staying low. You know what I'm saying? I really love her, and I love that foliage. You know what I'm saying? That nice green, and all of the foliage, as I'm touching all of them, they all feel the same. They all feel like fabric. So it's a real sturdy plant that you're getting if you get these, okay? But yeah, I'm really feeling her. She is like up in there, okay? I could put her out front, and she'll be a nice addition to the front flower garden. Give your house a nice curb appeal. So there you have, many little varieties you could pick from that would suit your taste if you're into this type of thing, okay? And then if that's too much for you, and that's calling the clowns too much, then you want to calm down a little bit, then here you go. Look at her. I just love this beautiful what is that? What is that color? It's like I'm seeing pink, because looking at all these different colors, my eyes after a while start playing tricks on me. But I seen pink, I seen cranberry. But then if that's not enough for you, get your eyes ready for this. This is pink flame. Okay, she flaming. And she gets a little tall. Well, a little bit. Only 12 inches, but if that's too tall for you, some people like them to stay real low to the ground. Like, I prefer something that stays low. But if you like a little height, then boom. She like bubblegum color, okay? But I like the one that was next to her. That color was like a hot pink. And then I've seen like cranberry, and it was like a hybrid almost. But that's how my eyes seen it. Now, your eyes may see it different, girl. I wear glasses. I'm almost 55 years old. So my eyes are seeing things differently. Like this one right here. This is violet. Now, the first one that we looked at said it was like a cranberry. But this one is saying it's violet, and it kind of looks just like the one earlier that we saw. But it still have the regular plain green foliage, but the flower is like a violet color. Now, this is so pretty. That's why I say you gotta get your eyes ready for it. And look at that. When they asleep, they're beautiful. They have the nice little closed buds. And this color, oh my goodness, that color is just 3D. It's like 3D on these flowers, okay? The geraniums got it going on. And look at this. Look at these. Now, see, she still got it going on. These geraniums ain't come to play today, okay? They did not come to play, and they will not disappoint. Now, I love this color combo because, see, you still got that beautiful foliage that's shaped like a heart, that's real nice and sturdy, feel like fabric, But then the flower is like this beautiful, what color would you call that? Salmon? But they still have this beautiful foliage, and the foliage still, all the foliage still feels the same, all the way from the first one that I felt all the way over to this one. They feel like a really soft, velvety type fabric. But these flowers are just beautiful, and they bred them in so many different colors. Now this is Rose Splash. This is Rose Splash. Now look at how this messed with your eyes too. This color is coming to you in 3D as well. Oh my goodness, I got stuck in this area, okay? All these beautiful different colors, and the way how they bred these geraniums or whatever, they are, girl, look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, they're just beautiful. They're just beautiful. I stayed in this section for almost an hour. So then I decided to, let's give our eyes a break. Yeah, so while we giving our eyes a break, because I don't know about y'all, but my eyes needed a break from all them colors. So yeah, so let's just deal with some plants with, just a lot of big foliage, okay? Because yeah, I like foliage, okay? I can't help it. So here, we over here with the cannas, and they definitely bring all kinds of drama, okay? I had 4 cannas in my front yard garden, in my flower garden, and they were champions. But I ripped them out because I wasn't pleased with the color anymore. I go through that. So I'm thinking of replacing cannas back into the front garden, but I'm not sure what color. So I'm glad I did decide to come over here, because that'll give me some ideas to replace in canna. Okay, so here's canna bronze orange. Now, she's pretty. She's always been pretty. This was almost like the color that I had in the front garden. The canna bronze. Okay, and you have to have a trained eye to know what it is when you're dealing with a canna, as far as what color, if you're into that type of thing. Now, with the canna bronze, she has a twin cousin that looks just like her, and I'm about to show you her in a second. But wait a minute, I said we was going to give our eyes a break, but let's get into this real quick, just real quick. This is Canva Red Golden Flame. Okay, kind of a red. It's a canna. Okay, she's pretty, she's beautiful, and she do look like a flame. She does look like a flame. I love the green foliage. I like the yellow too. See, I wanted something different, but here, these are very beautiful. They are nice staple pieces, and they're always a conversation piece, okay, for your flower garden. But yeah, let's get back down here to these twin cousins, okay? The way how I can tell cannas apart is from their color and their foliage. That's just how I've been able to tell them apart. And these elephant ears are beautiful too. The black elephant ears, yeah, the foliage is black. They're beautiful too. I've been on this dark kick and flowers here lately, and with their foliage, and so this is the first time I've seen a black elephant ear, but she's kind of cute though. I might invest in one. She's kind of cute. But yeah, so we're just walking through here to give our eyes a break. And as I touched this, it felt like leather. Okay? Felt like leather. Nice sturdy plants. I had elephant ears, but they were the green ones. They were really, really huge too. They grew big as plates. Okay? But yeah, we're over here with these banana trees, and they're beautiful too. Banana trees are really beautiful. They kind of remind me of cannas. And look at that. Banana leaf grows, it likes sun. I think I might put 2 of these around the swimming pool. My neighbor has a couple of these in his backyard, and his backyard absolutely looks like a tropical oasis, like if you're on vacation and you're at a resort or something like that. That's what this guy's backyard looks like. And what helps it look like that is the help of these banana trees that he has. Now he has the big tall banana trees. And I don't know much about these. Before I invest in them, I will have to do some research on them, you know, as far as their care and things to that nature, to see if that would be something that I'll be able to dive into. Yeah, these are the ones my neighbor have in his yard. Look at that. And they say they hardy. So we'll see. Look, and that's what it'll look like when it's in its full glory. And that's how my neighbors look in his backyard. His yard look like a oasis, like you're on vacation if you walk through his backyard, like you're at a hotel resort somewhere around the pool. He have them lined around his pool. But they are beautiful. Okay, they are really beautiful. But again, before I make that investment, I have to do more research on them to make sure that, you know, I know how to take care of them and what they need, and I can provide proper space wherever I put them, you know, so they'll thrive and be beautiful, because I would hate to get it and it don't look like that, at least by year 2. I would be really disappointed. But they are so beautiful. Okay. And the banana. I think I'll start with the banana plant. The leaf John. Yeah, the red leaf banana. They're beautiful. I think I'll start with that one first, and I'll put that in my front garden, or put them around my swimming pool. Put them around our pool. They'll be nice. You know, a nice staple piece. But yeah, back to these cannas. They are so beautiful. And like I said, I could tell them apart. How I trained my eye to tell them apart is by the foliage on them. Okay. Now, this was the one that I had in my front garden. Okay. And she's beautiful. This is the bronze scarlet. Now, I messed with scarlet for a long time, and she's a champion. She is so beautiful when she's in her full glory. But look at the foliage on her. After the flower has blown and fell away, the foliage just gives you something so magnificent. You could just sit there with your cup of coffee and just, you know, be so relaxed. Okay. I did have a yellow one year, but it didn't survive. I was living in an apartment when I had that yellow one, so I didn't have enough room for her to grow. But the yellow one is beautiful too now. She is gorgeous too, in her own way. Now, this is the one, the bronze orange. I never had this one, but she looks so much like the scarlet. And I'm going to show you the difference between them real quick. Now, this is the bronze orange canna. Now, and she still has that orange, you know, flower. Give off that beautiful orange bloom flower. But the foliage is where the difference lies. See, the devil is always in the details, okay? The foliage is a little bit different. Now, we're going to look at that. See how this foliage is more burgundy with that green undertone. And the green is really a deep hunter green. Is like a deep undertone in the green. Whereas to Scarlet, her green undertone is more like a chartreuse, it's like a pop. But you see that? See the foliage in that? And it's more burgundy around just the ends, just around the tips. You'll get that heavy line of burgundy. But if we go back over here to Scarlet, see her foliage? And see how in the picture she have that pop of green in her undertone, and her foliage is a heavier pop of green. See that? It's like that chartreuse green, like a green flame with inside the foliage. That's the difference between the orange and her, is the foliage. And you'll see that little, see that pop of green right there in there. Whereas to the orange bronze one don't have that heavy pop of green that comes through in the foliage. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, that's cool too. But that's how I know, I have trained my eye to see the difference in the cannas. But yeah, they are absolutely lovely. Yeah, see, you don't get that heavy pop of green in this one like you do with the other ones. But she's gorgeous too. You know, they, look at that. See the difference? Well, I can see the difference. Some people can, some people can't. But all in all, they are gorgeous. She is gorgeous in her own way too. And she gives off a nice, you know, beautiful plume. I like to call them plumes. That's, you know, but the flower bud is really, really, really nice and awesome. So yeah, so this gave our eyes a break and gave our eyes a comeback. So we're gonna get out of here because I've been in here like 2 hours and we haven't even seen close to all of this place, okay? And my husband is calling, so I'll be right back. Yeah, so like I forget what I was about to say, what I was saying before my husband called. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here. That's what I was saying. I'm about to get out of here because we was in here like 2 hours and we still haven't gotten through half. Well, we made it through half with the first video that I did and today's video. That makes it like half of this place, going through it. So right now, and it's so cold, it's so chilly. I'm hoping today is the last cold day. But yeah, so I came out of the hot tunnel. So this, like, the nursery looks like from this little section that I'm in right now. And you can see it's a real big nursery. It's so cold today. So I'm hoping today is going to be the last cool day. And we'll be able to put out. I'll be able to start putting out everything. They said the last frost date for this area was April the 20th, but then I called again and they moved the date back to April the 27th. It's cold. It's cold. But look at that. Now they actually do this type of work in your yard or at your home. If you hire them and you have the space, they can put this in your yard. And I absolutely would love it if this could go in my yard. Oh my God. I would never leave home. But if that's too big, they do it on a much smaller scale, like this. But this is kind of what I have in my yard now. And me and my husband installed it ourselves. So, with stuff like that, you can do yourself. So, we're going to get out of here because we've been in here long enough. And get back to the house and see what we can get into. Yeah, so this place, they have all kinds of decorating ideas to help you with giving you ideas for your outdoor living space, your outdoor patio situation, even down to the brick. They offer different textures of stone that you could purchase from them, in different textures, and even down to rock and things to that nature to help you really to get into the design of your home. And they put different stone textures and rocks and different patterns of rock together to let you see everything. Oh, they don't leave nothing unturned, even down to a decoration of arrangement of flowers to put on your patio, or even give you ideas of, you know, framework to meet the rock and the brick. And I mean, they just give you all kinds of ideas. Me and my husband love walking through this place when we have the time together, because our next big project is building our outdoor kitchen, and we are at this stage. We can't decide what texture of rock or stone we want. I like this stone, but I'm more crazy about a more traditional, unpolished like stone. Like, this has too many corners for me. I think my husband liked these, but I don't like all those corners. I like stuff more like this, that's more natural, more earthy, more rock, with more rounded features in the stone. But me and him gonna come to an agreement on something for this outdoor kitchen. We're gonna get it together. And see here, they even gave us good ideas as far as with other parts to the patio, introducing it into our outdoor kitchen. Me and my husband was looking at this room, like, you know, because our patio was similar to this. So there you see how they give you different, you know, style designs with the rock and the stone on the floor, and it goes up into the, you know, the grills. This place is really awesome to be in, and they have everything you need for your home and garden, and to just spruce up your living space. So we enjoyed our day at Nolts. So we're gonna get out of here. I'll see you back at the greenhouse. It is cold. I can't believe how cold it is out here. For it to be April the 25th, it felt like it's about 40 something degrees out here. I could have put on a heavier jacket. It is cold. So, I'll see you guys back at the greenhouse. Okay, good morning. So, believe it or not, it is the next day, okay? And we are in the greenhouse. Yesterday it wound up being just a nasty, terrible, rainy day. My body started aching. It was like crazy, okay? But we're gonna make it on through this, okay? So listen. As I was telling y'all yesterday, we was unable to get the dirt because of all that rain and everything carrying on. So hopefully one day this week, when we have a nice burst of sun or something like that, we'll be able to go over to the facility and get some dirt so we could get ready to do some, planting. And I gotta do the front garden in the front of my house, but that's a whole nother situation. But look here, I did pick up some things yesterday while we was at Nolts. So here, I'm gonna let you see what it is that I picked up. Okay, so I picked her up. I don't know why, but it was something to do, and I was trying to cheer myself up. Okay, so this is a cherry tomato plant. Now I didn't plant any cherry tomatoes from seed. That's why I picked her up. Now in the back of my mind, I'm thinking that's why I picked her up, because out of all of everything that I planted, I didn't plant any cherry tomatoes, and I absolutely enjoy them. Yeah, see, these little ones like this. They're good for I use them for tomato sauces and things like that, and then my canning situations. So, and this month, this is the last call for seeds. I mean, I just didn't feel like doing no more seeds, tomato seeds at that. Okay, so that's why I'm in the back of my mind I picked her up. Okay, so we're moving on to this. Now this, believe it or not, is a pumpkin. Even though I'm gonna lay down my pumpkin seeds, but this is a different, let me try to get some of this dirt off so y'all could see. Okay, yeah, there it is. That's the variety. Okay, and 92 days. So we got 92 days for these joints to be nice and big, so I could decorate in the fall, because that's basically what I do with my pumpkins. I just have them so I don't have to buy pumpkins from local farmers to decorate my house in the fall. Okay, so there. And I picked up a nasturtium. These are good to keep aphids away from your sensitive crops like your broccolis and tomatoes, your greens and cabbage and stuff like that. Aphids love to eat your greenery, but they would prefer these. Okay, they would prefer this plant to eat on. So I plant this as a trap crop, you know what I mean? So the aphids will go to that instead of getting on my my collards. Okay, and I picked up this. These are some potato slips, red potato slips. So yeah, because I was nervous about my potatoes, and I know I'm behind with starting slips. So I said, well, I'm gonna just go ahead on and purchase whatever I don't have done, like big stuff like this and more tomatoes. I'm just gonna buy starts like these that's already started, because like I said, seeds is about to be done with. Okay, I'm done with seeds for now. Whatever ain't really done with seeds that isn't hot weathered, like I do still have seeds to put down, don't get me wrong. See, I do still have seeds, but it's certain plants that I don't want to have to do anymore with seeds right now. Like I know I still have to put down potatoes, and I still have some my watermelon seeds. I'm going to plant these, the Swiss chard, because they pop up. They just look really nice in the garden. They're delicious too. I do eat them, but it doesn't matter if they come up or not. I'm going to plant these because it's not really hot enough for those ones yet. And I do have some more sunflower seeds I'm going to pop down. So I just want to deal with those. I don't want to really deal with any more tomato seeds, because they can become cumbersome. And the only reason I did this with this potato is because I do want to plant potatoes. I do want some slips, some sweet potato slips. And I didn't think I was going to find any, so I was going to pacify this to hopefully get some slips. But now that I know Nolts had some, I just went on ahead and picked some up. Okay, so I picked up some potato slips, and these are red potatoes. So I got those. I got 2 of those. And I picked up, this will be the first time I did this, y'all. I picked up some peanuts. So yeah, all night I was doing some research on, growing peanuts. So we're gonna see. I picked up 2 of those plants. And I picked up another black girl, even though I have grown some of my own from seed. These are black cherry. So these are little girls. I made from seed the big black tomatoes. So yeah, so these are the cherry. So far this year I'm gonna have black cherry tomatoes and the little red cherry tomatoes. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I picked up from Nolts. And so now we are just on the countdown to when I have to put everything into the garden. This is my basil that I planted from seed, and they're doing so lovely. Oh my goodness, they got the greenhouse smelling so good. And all of the peppers are doing good. The corn is popped up. It's getting big fast. So by the time May the 5th, because that's when I'm going to put the corn out, they're going to be really big. These are more tomatoes. These are the black girl variety, the chocolate tomato plants. So yeah, so that's a little glimpse of what's going on in here. So let's go out into the garden and see what's going on. Okay. Well, the sun trying to creep out a little something. Okay. See, this is why I need what I need from over there at that facility, because they give out free mulch. So I need that mulch to do the groundwork over here and get it more eye-catching, but we're not going to worry about that until later on in the week. Okay, so everything looking good, looks good. And the lettuce is doing good. Okay. So I just make it a habit of walking through, the garden, like every day, about 10-15 minutes. And nothing is really growing like that over here yet, but once everything do come out, I'll walk through the garden like twice a day to just check the status of, you know, the plants and make sure there's no bugs, no aphids or anything like that on them, eating them up, stuff like that. And yeah, so the peas are coming along good. They love the cold weather. And the peas over here, they're absolutely getting tall. They're beginning to reach for the rope that I put up for them. They're leaning right over towards the rope. So that's good. And all these beds are just waiting for everything to come out of the greenhouse. And I'm waiting for the weather to cooperate so I can finish up this rebuild of the garden. I'm doing two things at one time. I'm rebuilding the garden and planting and sourcing plants and sourcing seeds, all that stuff, you know what I mean? And it can become cumbersome. I tore down my whole garden back in February and rebuilding it, okay? Because my greenhouse, the old greenhouse, was completely destroyed. I had a little cheap little plastic greenhouse, and this weather with all those snowstorms, that greenhouse didn't hold up, so I had to get another greenhouse. So that means I had to tear down that one. And so yeah, so to rebuild, I'm absolutely loving it. I got more space. My other little greenhouse was bumped up really close next to this bed right here, and yeah, so now I got space in between there, and yeah, it's coming along good. It's coming along good. It still look really disheveled, but you know, gotta wait for the weather to get better to get the rest of the stuff that I need to make it look better. And it will, long as it produces food, because the way how the world is, you better be growing your own food, okay? You're gonna have to decide between gas, putting gas in your car, and groceries. The 2 G's. The old G's, the OGs, gas and groceries, and whatever I don't have to buy from the market, I'm not gonna stress about it, and we're gonna eat, okay? So there. So that's what's going on here. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and until the next, you know, take care of yourselves and each other. Go ahead, get out there, start your garden, start growing something. Start growing something. Even if you want to start growing a garden in containers. You don't have to live in the country to have a garden. You could have what's called a container garden, where so you grow everything in containers. You see what I'm saying? You could be in an apartment, have just a terrace or a balcony. You know, just start growing something so you could be, you know, a little self-sufficient, you know, in these hard times that's about to come, and that are here, not about to come, that are here. You know what I'm saying? And know how to be a little, you know, self-sufficient with the things that you have. And in your pantry, like you could buy like bags of rice and, you know, noodles and things to that nature. Even know how, you know, start preserving, you know, try to have at least, you know, a month's worth of food on preserve in your home, you know, especially if you have other people that you have to, you know, provide a meal for. You know, that's the best thing to do. And I advise anybody, you know, to do that. Yeah, gardening could be dirty and it could be ugly, but in the end, you know, it's provision. You know, the Lord provides. So until the next video, like I was saying, take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one.